Hello, ballerinas. Today we're going to talk about darning point shoes. I'm going to be focused on the outside edge and the back edge of your platform today. This is showing the full, all the way around, kind of a normal darn. But like I said, we're doing the outside edge to keep that ankle in alignment. People who tend to roll to that outside edge or need a little more platform, this will assist you in training in the proper foot ankle alignment. This one doesn't have a back edge, but today we are going to do darning the back edge. This is the thread I use. I like to use hemp thread. It's actually for jewelry making, but it's very strong. And then a nice thick needle, with a big eye there. You can see me showing you that. And pliers in case you need to grab the needle and rip it through. Some people also will use a TheraBand to grip the needle and pull it through. And of course, some scissors. All right, so this is the shoe I used to dance in. It's like a nothing shoe. I can't believe I used to dance in it. But it has a very rounded platform and it doesn't have very sharp edges. So we're going to fix that today with our darning technique. Showing you the length of thread that I pulled. You can do more. This barely got me through with doubling up the thread, but it was just the right amount for me. So here I am. You're going to thread your needle. Sometimes it can be a little hard to get that thick thread through, but of course, there we go. We want to make sure that our eye of our needle is not wider than the body length of the needle, right? So the width of the needle and the eye of the needle should be pretty close to the same. Here I'm showing you if you want to do a single thread, you can make them uneven, but if you do double like I did, make them even. Okay, so you can start on the outside edge. I'm showing you that's where we're going to be darning. You want to make sure you know which shoe it is, right or left, because that will determine which side is the outside edge. So there I'm showing you do not want to start darning in the middle of your back edge. That will create a lump and make you feel unstable. So I'm making sure I have the correct shoe side. And this is going to be my starting point. I'm going to go from the opposite side of the outer edge I will be darning. So there I am starting the back edge. I just go through right on top of that crest of the platform, making sure that I'm not too high and not too low. Here I am again showing not on top, not below, but right there, splitting that top edge. All right, so then we're going to move about a half a centimeter or so over and make another stitch. So this is where we start using our blanket stitch. We go through, there it is. And I'm showing you there's the tail. This is the part we care about, the part that's attached that way. Okay, we're gonna go around our needle here in a second. So we go around the back and then we're gonna hold it down. And go ahead and pull. And if it's too difficult for you to pull it through, again, grab your TheraBand or your pliers. There we are. We don't want to pull this stitch too tight because it still has the possibility of taking all the string out. So we're going to do another stitch about the same distance away. Right there. Around the back of the needle. Hold it down. Push it through. And there we go. Second blanket stitch. This creates a nice chain and it'll eventually get straighter. It's when you start out, it looks kind of janky, but it gets better. Just keep going, chugging along, same distance around the back of the needle, holding it down, pulling it through. And then you can start pulling it tight. We don't want any loose stitches. So I'm just kind of speed through this part, going across the back edge, doing exactly what I was doing before. There I am. Okay, and now we're going to move to the outside edge. Here I am turning the corner, not on top of the platform. That makes it unstable. Not below, right across, splitting that crest. Okay, see, there I am. You don't even have to go all the way to the halfway point of the top of the platform. I just went about that way, about a third of the way. And then I'm going to go back around. So I'm going in between the stitches that were made. Around, hold it down. Let me show you again. Around, there it goes. Hold it down and pull it through. Make sure it's nice and tight. Pull it back and forth, just like that. And again, speeding through. I always recommend practicing your darning technique on some old shoes that you're not, using at the moment. And once you get it, pretty down, then you can move on to shoes you're going to actually be dancing in. And just going back through that back edge again, making sure it's pulled taut every time. You see me wiggling that thread. See how my thread's getting a little short? It ends up being just enough. But if I would recommend doing a longer thread if you're not 100% sure how much you need. I've just done this so many times that I know how much I need. There we are. Now there's several ways you can finish this off. I'm showing you there. Look, created a little lip, and that will smash down and flatten out sideways once we dance on it. But right now you can see it standing pretty tall away from the profile of the shoe. And I'm just tying some knots. You can kind of tie your knot however you want. Today I just did it this way, trimming off the little whiskers. Excuse me. There. All right. And there we have it, friends. All the way around that back edge to the top. Just do a last little trim. And there it is. So one thing I want to show you is that outside edge, you can build it up. You can keep going back and forth, building it outward, and then just reinforcing the bottom to make sure it has some stability. That back edge, just make sure it's not too far forward onto the flat part of the platform, just right over that crest. Bye.